o'clock, so I'm gonna get Josh to come up and pray, and we'll do the pledge, and then we'll start the meeting.
Hello. Let's pray. Dear gracious Heavenly Father God, thank you so much, Lord, for this another day. Thank you so much, Lord, for all your wonderful blessings that you bestowed upon us today. The ones that we've seen, Lord, and the ones that we've not even thought about today. Lord, we're just so thankful today. Asking that you bless this meeting, Lord. Bless all the items on the agenda, Lord. Bless this city as we move forward, Lord. I ask for all things you do, gracious Heavenly name. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, hey, everybody, it is 5 o'clock, and let's start our Corbin City Commission meeting with a roll call, please.
Moore,
Here.
Gamble,
Here.
Shepherd,
Here.
Baker,
Here.
Rasmus.
Here. All right, I think we're gonna skip the first two items on the agenda because I did not remind the volleyball team, so I guess they forgot again. And then Scott and Kim King, they said that they're not gonna be
I
able to
spoke
make
with them
it.
today and their situation is somewhat resolved.
So, that's even better to hear, okay.
Somewhat.
But, I am gonna deviate from the agenda to have Mr. Jerry Raines, our emergency management director, to come up because he's got an announcement.
Mayor and Commissioners, thank you all for allowing me this. I just wanted to give a little commendation to the fire department. 2025 has been a very busy year for the Corbin Fire Department, and they've been a tremendous asset to the citizens of Corbin and Southeast Kentucky. Emergency management receives a variety of calls throughout the year, and some are unique and require specialized skills and equipment. We are blessed to have responders that have the knowledge, experience, and equipment to meet those requests. I am proud to partner with the Corbin Fire Department, and I know that during a time of need, they're willing to respond with capable, dedicated personnel and equipment. To sort of recap the year with emergency management that I know of, in January of this year, they responded and assisted with recovery of a person in Limcamp Creek. They assisted law enforcement, the coroner's office, search and rescue, and emergency management in that mission. April, they assisted with a missing person from Baptist Regional Hospital. They also hosted a 5-day, 20-hour basic search and rescue class. This class gave the new firemen basic knowledge to organize and conduct a search for a missing person. This also gave the more experienced firemen a refresher on their skills. In April, they also assisted with a drowning in the Cumberland River that lasted 3 days. In May, they hosted a lost person behavior class, which gets into the characteristics that lost persons exhibit, how to recognize and find missing persons faster. This was a 16-hour class. They also assisted with a drowning at City Dam that lasted 6 days and provided invaluable personnel, knowledge of rope systems, and equipment that allowed the return of a loved one to their family. The Laurel County tornado hit on May 17th, and Corbin Fire Department provided personnel, equipment, and expertise during the following days to help our neighbors. In September, a unique call came in concerning a bow hunter that was hanging upside down from his tree stand. He had encountered a medical emergency and lost consciousness and was in need of rescue. At my request, Corbin Fire Department responded and was able to assist SAR with the successful rescue of this individual. Also in September, a commercial vehicle fire accident resulted in I-75 being closed for several hours. Corbin Fire and several other fire departments responded, and by their quick thinking and use of foam, resulted in a faster opening and no secondary collisions from traffic backups. They have responded numerous times to Cumberland Falls State Resort Park to assist with missing persons, deploying rope haul systems, high angle systems, and swift water personnel to assist and supplement SAR personnel. Mayor, council members, and residents of Corbin and Southeast Kentucky, Corbin Fire Department is a department to be proud of. with highly trained, dedicated professionals that are fortunate to have, and on behalf of County Judge Executive White, members of the Whitley County Fiscal Court and the Laura Whitley Emergency Management Agency, I want to thank them for their service and continued dedication to the city of Corbin, Whitley County, and Southeast Kentucky. We are blessed to have them.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I know we're certainly proud of them too. So come on up, guys, so y'all can get a picture with the paper and with Jerry.
You're welcome.
Here, Jerry, let's get you all in the middle.
In the
Middle. Yeah.
In the middle.
There you go.
Okay.
Now you're in the middle.
Like hers and hats.
Which way to look?
Very good.
Awesome.
Thank you all.
And I have to say that we're equally as blessed to have Jerry Raines as our emergency management director. He does a fantastic job by himself, and he has a lot of area to cover, so thank you, Jerry. Okay, let's go ahead and move on, and let's look at the September bills. If y'all have had a chance to look those over, I'll entertain a motion to accept.
So moved.
Second.
Moore,
Yes.
Gamble,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Rasmus,
Yes. Approve the minutes of the September 15th meeting.
Accept motion.
Second.
Gamble,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Rasmus,
Yes. Approve the following hires in the police department. Patrolman John Hill, effective 10/12/2025, and Patrolman Charles Gray, effective 10/13/2025.
Is that motion?
Second.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Gamble,
Yes.
Rasmus,
Yes, and welcome to them. Next, approve property tax refund in the amount of $130.70 to Dora Mobley, located at 68 Reeser Street, for the 2024 property tax bill number 2411. She was eligible for homestead exemption.
We've triple checked for Dora, right?
I think we need to see
She should
her
have had that a
age.
long
We
time
need
ago,
to.
she told me.
Second.
Second.
Baker,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Gamble,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Rasmus,
Yes. Approve the fire truck loan renewal at Hometown Bank.
So our current rate is 5.97%, and according to Justin Christian at Hometown Bank, our rate for this next year is gonna be 5.41, so it's going down.
Right.
5.41.
Accept motion.
Second.
Moore,
Yes.
Gamble,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Rasmus,
Yes. Resolution 2025-4, a resolution authorizing the completion and filing of a government resources accelerating needed transformation, which is GRANT, program, 2025 project application for up to $145,000 for the Land and Water Conservation Fund grant.
Resolution 2025-4, adoption of a resolution of the City of Corbin entity authorizing the completion and filing of Government Resources Accelerating Needed Transformation Program, Grant Program of 2025, project application up to $125,000, and Grant Program of 2024 funds for the Cabinet for Economic Development, CED, authorizing and directing the mayor, authorized representative of the City of Corbin entity, to execute any documents which are deemed necessary by CED to carry out this project, and authorizing the authorized representative to act as the authorized correspondent for this project, permitting review and execution of all agreements and request of all disbursements related to the grant program of 2025. Whereas the entity desires to promote and carry out community development efforts on behalf of residents of Corbin by supporting the grant program of 2025 project, and whereas the entity is submitting or has submitted an application for the following federal grant program, Land and Water Conservation Fund, with the intent to access federal grant resources that are in the public interest and for public purpose, may seek funding assistance in preparing and or completing applications for federal resources. Whereas it recognizes that the grant program of 2025 monies available to the entity for the purposes stated herein pursuant to KRS 147A.150 to 147A.166 impose certain obligations and responsibilities upon the entity and will require, among other things, approval of a satisfactory application submitted to CED for approval, proper registration to do business within the Commonwealth, and other obligations of the entity in connection with receiving the grant program of 2025 monies for purposes stated herein. Now therefore be it resolved this 20th day of October 2025 by the Corbin City Commission that a grant program of 2025 application on behalf of the entity for grant program of 2025 monies up to $125,000 for the Engineer Street Playground project shall be submitted to CED. The entity shall provide such additional information and furnish such documentation as may be required, and the authorized representative shall act as the authorized correspondent for this project. Resolved this 20th day of October 2025.
Okay, I have a question. Didn't we just approve me to sign any and all documents related to these 3 grants last month? And if so, do we have to read these resolutions?
They specifically asked for the motion and second for each one, so.
And this is a separate pot of money than the grant money that we applied for. Those are federal grants. This is a state grant through House Bill
That's the match.
723. So
It's-
this is the match,
Oh.
all 3 of these. Sorry, they're back to back to back, but yeah.
That's all I needed to know. It's like, why are we doing this? Okay, so this is for the state match
For
for
all
the federal
3.
grant that we just got from, or I got permission from last month to sign any and all documents from the federal side.
Right.
Got it.
And if approved, this will cover signing any state match documents, right, Paul?
Just trying to be efficient here.
Authorized signature for all the documents related there too.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that. I just didn't know.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Gamble,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Rasmus.
Yes. Okay, next is resolution 2025-5, a resolution authorizing the completion and filing of a government resources accelerating needed transformation grant program of 2025. Project application for up to $15,000 for the Appalachian Regional Commission ARC Ready Grant.
Do I have to read this whole thing?
I started it, didn't
Resolution 2025-5, adoption of a resolution of the City of Corbin entity authorizing completion and filing of a government resources accelerated needed transformation grant program of 2025 project application for up to $15,000 and grant program of 2024 funds with the Cabinet for Economic Development, CED, authorizing and directing the mayor, authorized representative of the City of Corbin entity to execute any documents which are deemed necessary by CED to carry out this project and authorizing the authorized representative to act as the authorized correspondent for this project, permitting review and execution of all agreements and request of all disbursements related to the grant program of 2025. Whereas the entity desires to promote and carry out community development efforts on behalf of the residents of Corbin by supporting the grant program of the 2025 project, and whereas the entity is submitting or has submitted an application for the following federal grant program, ARC Ready Grant, with the intent to access federal grant resources that are in the public interest and for a public purpose, may seek funding assistance in preparing and or completing application for federal resources. Whereas it recognizes that the grant program of 2025 money is available to the entity for all purposes stated herein pursuant to KRS 147A.150 to 147A.166 impose certain obligations and responsibilities upon the entity and will require, among other things, approval of a satisfactory application submitted to CED for approval, proper registration to do business within the Commonwealth, and other obligations of the entity in connection with receiving the grant program of 2025 monies for the purposes stated herein. Now therefore be it resolved this 20th day of October 2025 by the Corbin City Commission that a grant program of 2025 application on behalf of the entity for grant program of 2025 monies up to $15,000 for the Corbin Comprehensive Planning Project shall be submitted to CED. The entity shall provide such additional information and furnish such documentation as may be required, and the authorized representative shall act as the authorized correspondent for this project. Resolved this 20th day of October 2025.
All right, can I get a motion to approve?
Say motion.
Second.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Rasmus,
Yes. Resolution 2025-6, a resolution authorizing the completion and filing of a Government Resources Accelerating Needed Transformation Grant Program of 2025 project application for up to $40,000 for the Community Development Block Grant, CDBG.
Resolution 2025-6, adoption of a resolution of the City of Corbin entity authorizing the completion and filing of a Government Resources Accelerating Needed Transformation Grant Program of 2025, project application for up to $40,000 and grant program of 2024 funds with the Cabinet for Economic Development, CED, authorizing and directing the mayor, authorized representative of the City of Corbin entity to execute any documents which are deemed necessary by CED to carry out this project, and authorizing the authorized representative to act as the authorized correspondent for this project, permitting review and execution of all agreements and requests of all disbursements related to the grant program of 2025. Whereas the entity desires to promote and carry out community development efforts on behalf of the residents of Corbin by supporting the grant program of 2025 project, and whereas the entity is submitting or has submitted an application for the following federal grant program, Community Development Block Grant, CDBG, with the intent to access federal grant resources that are in the public interest for a public purpose, may seek funding assistance in preparing and or completing applications for federal resources, whereas it recognizes that the grant program of 2025 monies available to the entity for the purposes stated herein pursuant to KRS 147A.150 to 147A.166 impose certain obligations and responsibilities upon the entity that will require, among other things, approval of a satisfactory application submitted to CED for approval, proper registration of doing business within the Commonwealth, and other obligations of the entity in connection with receiving the grant program of 2025 monies for the purposes stated herein. Now therefore be it resolved this 20th day of October 2025 by the Corbin City Commission that a grant program of 2025 application on behalf of the entity for a grant program of 2025 monies up to $40,000 for the Senior Citizens Center kitchen renovation project shall be submitted to CED. The entity shall provide such additional information and furnish such documentation as may be required, and the authorized representative shall act as correspondent for this project. Resolved this 20th day of October 2025.
Motion.
Thank you.
Second.
Baker,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Rasmus,
Yes. Executive session pursuant to KRS 618110, C and F to discuss personnel and proposed pending litigation.
Second.
Moore,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Rasmus.
Yes.
I heard that, yeah.
How long? How long?
5:17 to 5:32.
That's because I didn't say a word.
14 and a half minutes. Yeah, about 15.
All right, looks like we're all back, so let's, have a roll call.
Moore,
Here.
Campbell,
Here.
Shepherd,
Here.
Baker,
Here.
Rasmus,
Here. Next on the agenda is, oh, I'm so sorry, excuse me.
I'm just trying to keep you leaving, Mayor.
Go ahead, do your thing.
And I didn't write this crazy law, but I gotta say it.
I understand.
The Board of Commissioners met in executive session pursuant to KRS 61.810, section C and F, and no formal action was taken.
Thank you.
And to discuss personnel and pending litigation. Correct.
All right, now we go to the city manager's report.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Mayor. So let's talk about update on the streets that have been paved and our paving program. As you all know, our contract is with ATS Paving Asphalt Construction Company. And they've been pretty busy here in Corbin. Now, keep in mind, they're also the contractors doing the widening of I-75. And they sort of juggle those paving crews from one job to the other, depending on what's going on. And it's, a very complicated process when you're building a $172 million road. So, but they've been very good to us. They've been very, right on the spot. They've done a great job. So you all know that they have paved 4th and 5th Street, which was not on the paving schedule, but they saw how badly those roads had deteriorated over the years. Those are both state roads, as you all know. So they've done 4th and 5th, and they've done Gordon Street from Main Street to Barton Mill Road, right, Jeff?
Yes.
Yeah, Barton Mill Road. Again, a state road. This is State Highway 312. I don't know how many millions that is. That's a lot of work. That wasn't scheduled. So we're very, very appreciative, very appreciative. We will have news of some sort. You members of the press, one particular former publisher has made a comment or two in the newspaper about Kentucky Street. And that's a good point, very valid. We've been working on it for a year and a half, so it's not like we've been doing anything, but, folks don't know what we do here every day, all the time, so. And I appreciate that gentleman's comments, and they're very well received, we appreciate that.
Jeff sent me a request too.
Oh, I'm sorry, thanks, Tori. And the state's also done, as city streets, they've done Roosevelt, Upper and Lower, where those streets were in very, very bad shape. So, two sides of Cumberland Falls Highway. They've done that project, and as Tori just mentioned, this is our project, city project, the underpass, which just turned out great. And, we've had a lot of good comments about that. We have a lot of locations that need to be done, and we have a very limited pot of money. So we're trying to do, I think we've located most of the highest traveled streets. We've looked at cut-through streets, so shortcuts, say, from Maine to Cumberland Falls Highway. You all know where those are. There's a couple in particular that are in very poor condition. So back to Kentucky, let me just again say we're still looking at that. We'll probably have some news in the next few weeks, and I'll just leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that. So that's where we are with our paving program. Mr. Paul Sims came to see me. Many of you all know Paul. Paul has taken over the Tri-County Fine Arts Association that was started by a very good friend of many of us, Mrs. Betty Hamilton. They're trying to keep that viable, and as you know, they do fine arts presentations in Corbin, London, and Barberville, and bring in people from all over the world. And they have requested a contribution. Of course, it's a charity organization; they have no way of raising money. They've requested a contribution of $3,000 from the city. So at this time, I guess we entertain some comment or motion or whatever you maybe want to do.
I love Betty, I love fine arts, and I think that would be very well received, and they're really important to our community, so I have no problem with that.
And the budget committee, we did have some extra funds earmarked sort of set aside for something like this if it came up, so we have no problems there.
Thank you, John.
Same motion?
Second?
Moore,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Rasmus.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on to the next item that I have. We had a call from a concerned citizen on Early Street, and it's about speed. Again, that's near speeding vehicles. Again, that's near the high school. This lady's very concerned and says that Early Street's become a dragway. And I went down there one day. Of course, I didn't go to high school there, and I never would have entertained driving cars fast. But apparently Early Street's very popular for that. And we don't have any speed signs on Early Street. We couldn't find an ordinance that said anything about it. So you all just recently made Goodwin? South Kentucky, that's Saunders Street, 15 miles per hour. So I recommend we draft an ordinance to make Early Street, which just runs from, what's that, 19th down to about Wayne Supply, so 5 or 6 blocks. Make that 15 miles per hour, and Jeff and his crew will do the proper signage.
So right here, that's all set.
They'd have to authorize an ordinance, right?
This already is.
Yes.
I looked in our ordinance codification, and there wasn't anything specifying for early street. And our ordinances say that anything not specified is 25 miles per hour, so.
So it's 19th, the word,
I'm sorry.
19th Street. You know how far that is?
The dead ends on whatever that street is that comes south, Wayne Supply.
I don't even know.
It goes to 21st.
21st Street.
It goes barely past 21st, well, that's
The bus lot, the 21st Street's the end.
21st Street?
Yeah.
It does, the dead
So-
ends next to Boyd Path.
Right.
It doesn't intersect another road, it's 21st.
So we'll need a motion to, have Bob draft an ordinance making Early Street 15 miles an hour from 19th to 21st.
So moved. Second.
Campbell,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Moore,
yes.
Rasmus.
Yes.
So another matter we've discussed is that we need a new sign for the arena, the big sign. So as you know, it was damaged by, very high winds, and that took part of the structure out. But I'm sure you all have seen the display side coming, say, from the interstate is just about out. You can barely even make out what it says. So we've had a couple of folks look at it, but we don't have the ability to create the specs. And we've talked about all this, the specs to advertise, to bid it. So I finally got in touch with David Jackson at Hacker, Convington Hacker, and he has given me the name of Johnson and Early Architects in Lexington. And they do this type of work, and so we need a motion to authorize, myself to
Higher.
be in contact with them and hire them to draw up the specs to advertise for the new arena sign.
God expects that thing to, have to be recruited.
What'd you just say?
That's
To drop the specs and the procurement of a new sign for the arena.
There you go. You know, legal advertising and all that. That's.
A motion?
So,
Shepherd,
Yes.
Baker,
yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Rasmus.
Yes.
So that will be done in the morning. I just got this actually Friday, so we'll get on this and hopefully get our new sign taken care of for the arena, which we certainly need. I do want to mention something to the commission and to the public. You all have heard us talk a lot about the SS4A grant, and there's been an exhaustive amount of work. As you may know, watching the national news, a lot of those grants have been put on hold. That one has not been canceled, it's just on hold. And we're still able to submit and plead our case and say our prayers, you know, literally. We've got a lot of money tied in already, but it would be much needed. It would be transformative, actually. It's a big deal grant. So we're gonna keep trying, if that's all right with the commission. Good, thank you. We don't know how it's gonna turn out, but we're gonna keep trying. Until they say this is canceled and there's no more SS4A, so. And I believe that's all I have. Oh, sorry. I need a motion to terminate an employee at the arena. This is a part-time employee, Floyd Shelton. So that's basically all there is to that. Just need a motion for that.
So motion. Second.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Rasmus.
Yes. Thank you, Scott.
Welcome.
Rusty, how's nothing? Barry?
I want to thank Jerry Renz also, he's gone now, but
he helps us tremendously. Just a couple things, we got, 1, 2, 3, 4, we got 6 guys now that are EMT instructors, and we're gonna start probably in January doing an in-house EMT class for the guys in the fire department that's not EMTs. So everybody in the fire department will be EMTs probably at the end of June of next year.
That's amazing.
All the guys that are not EMTs right now want to be EMTs, so. And we also, now have in-house, 2 certified paramedics, Larry Daniels and Matthew Williams, which is one of our part-time guys, so. We got some good boys.
That's awesome.
That's tremendous.
Thank you, Barry.
That's tremendous.
Let's see, Mike, do you have anything? No? Sky, you got anything?
2 things.
I'm like, why is he getting up?
Okay, can you all hear me?
Yes, we can, thank you.
So last month, I came and we cashed that CD out so that I could get rates. So Scott and I talked on Friday, and we got a rate that we'd like to do at Cumberland Valley. It's 4.3 for 8 months. So the total was $377, $742.62. We'd like to put that into that CD for 8 months. If y'all are cool with that.
What was that total again? I'm sorry.
$377,742.62.
Thank you.
Need a motion for that?
Yes.
Yeah, we need a motion.
Sorry. Yes, it's
Second
your
motion.
Second.
Baker,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Gamble,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Rasmus.
Yes.
And then the other thing that we discussed was all of the dumping that is being taken to the island, like all the truckloads and trailer loads and things. And so Josh got some quotes, Scott and I talked, Jeff and I talked again today. So we use the Clover machines at the arena currently to take credit card payments. So that's what we were kind of thinking, maybe for over there. Jeff and I discussed having cash over there, and just where there's so many people that are kind of working the guard shack and whatever, just, that's a lot of, he feels like liability that would just be easier if we just had this credit card machine, we just use that for payment, and that be it.
And if they have cash, they've gotta come here, okay? Is that
They-
the situation?
If you all want to do that, you just have to know that they may not make it over to me. Like, we just mailed out again all of the bills that Tony has, done for island drop-offs, and literally in 3 days I got 6 back, and I'm just waiting on some more, so they're not making it to where they need to make it to. I don't know, I guess they've not updated their license information, and so that's where we're just not getting paid.
I was just thinking that, yeah, I mean, like, if they only have cash when they show up, they would have to come and get a receipt from you. I don't mean, you know.
You don't mean to say dump first, you mean come pay, get a ticket, and then go
And
back.
then
We
dump.
could do that.
Yeah, that's good.
And then,
Yeah.
because some people don't have credit cards, or
Yeah.
debit, I mean, they only deal in cash,
Yeah,
so,
we could do that. I could just.
But don't let them
listen.
dump first.
no.
Make them
No,
come
no,
back.
make them come here, get a slip and pay, and then, yeah,
Good idea.
that's good. And then, some of the fees that we did talk about, Josh said, we're gonna be like in the 2.5%. So a lot of these places, like clerk's office, down the hall, the county clerk's office, they just charge, a convenience, what they call a convenience fee. So if we don't, then we're gonna be paying for them to use their card. So do you wanna do maybe flat rate if you use a card? Like, I'll just give you an example. $0 to $100, they charge $2.20. And 100 to 200 is $4.40. We're probably not gonna get much over $200 worth of dumping, so I was thinking, we all wanna do like between $2 and $3 to use a card. That's at least recouping some of that
That's
money
about
that,
right. Those credit cards are 2 to 3% generally, so that'd be about right.
it's costing us $400 for the machine, and then it's $22.50 a month plus the percentage that we're having to pay on whatever's used. And Josh is gonna have to have the cable run over to the guard shack. Currently, the cable is not there to be able to do these, but it can happen, but we're gonna have to do a little work.
Yeah, and one thing too to keep in mind is they have Spectrum over there on the island, and it is an island, so Spectrum is less than reliable at the island. So it's up and down. There's days where they're fine for a week, but then there's some days that they're down for like a day or two, and it's just Spectrum being out on that side of town. Jacob suffered from the same thing over at the rec center. So.
So,
It's essentially matching the payment processor percentage. That's perfectly fine. I mean, almost literally every business in the country does that.
Yeah, they do.
so you said between 2 and 3, should we split the difference, 2.5%, or?
You wanna do a percentage, or do you just wanna do like theirs?
Flat.
is-
Oh, $2 and $3.
Yeah, just do a flat, if we just did a flat rate, that would be easy.
Okay.
For them just to,
Gotcha.
when they're doing it on the machine.
Thoughts?
Yeah, I think flat rate.
I just think it's easier, yeah.
So we budgeted a certain amount of revenue for this.
Well, yeah, it's costing us a fortune,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
So we need to get busy.
Yeah, I just don't want us to losing more money.
$3?
But I think $3 is fair.
Sounds good then? You all vote.
Can I get a motion for that?
Second.
Last week we talked about the QR code thing too, to be able to do that if people didn't have cash and keep them from coming back and all that. Did y'all discuss that any between last minute and this? Could we talk about
No,
something about that?
we didn't do the QR code, we just did the machines, whatever. If we did the QR code, we'll have to try to figure out I don't know if that guy can do that or not, but we'll try to figure out a bank account to put all that in and all that stuff. We start doing a QR code, and then, QR codes are one of those things that they're easily fished. Somebody's come out, put a sticker on there or whatever, and then they're just sending money to somebody else. So, I mean, there's a risk there with that.
We have a motion and a second, so I'm gonna do roll call real quick.
Okay.
Moore,
Yes.
Gamble,
Yes.
Shepherd.
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Rasmus.
Yes. Is that it, Scott?
Can I ask a quick question while Sky's still there?
Sure.
How much is it for people to dump stuff there, just?
So, a truckload has been 35 and a trailer load is 67.
We had dump trucks coming in there and dumping.
Yes.
And
Yes.
leaving, just dumping and leaving.
Lots. Mhm.
So we have to pay to dump that. So-
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's a lot of excess garbage that we're having to pay for, yeah.
thanks, guys, good.
Thanks.
Very good.
Jacob?
Just real quick, we also, with the resurfacing, we spent quite a while, Scott and the mayor identified 10 streets in the city, and we've applied for $550,000, from the LARP program through the state local assistance trail program. So hopefully, we will hear that we're getting some of that money too. We had the Witches Walk last week, which, went really well. The depot said it was their best night since they purchased the depot, their new owners did. And then, received thank you from several others as well. So next year, we'll keep that going, and, we have some changes that we wanna make to it to make it even better next year. And then this year, we still have several things in the holiday season that we're doing. October 31st, 3:30 to 5:30 is Trick or Treat on Main. I will be releasing information this week for vendors that want to distribute money to kids, any organizations, businesses, with some spots, that they can set up on Main Street that are kind of a free-for-all. We don't assign spots, I don't think that anyone ever has, but there are plenty of spaces next to Nibrock Park, Sanders Park, the farmer's market. It's fine for people to set up on the sidewalk there, right? And then the residential trick-or-treating hours are 6 to 8 o'clock in the city. November 23rd will be the Christmas open house in Nibrock Park, as well as Harvey's on Main, alley stuff, the Enchanted Boutique. I don't know why I started naming places because I'll leave some out, but we'll have a full list on our Facebook page. And then the Christmas parade's on December 6th. I have a meeting this week that we're gonna start getting
that together. I already have like 15 people that have called to ask about a spot in the parade. So, hopefully we'll have some more, units than we normally have and some special items in the parade this year. Did I give the date, December 6th?
Mhm.
All right, that's all I have. All right.
Awesome, thank you, Jacob.
Thanks.
Jeff, what's going on?
I don't really have nothing. I think Scott and Scott pretty much explained the highlights of my month this month.
All right. Okay, Tom, you got anything?
No, ma'am.
All right. Emily, let's talk tourism.
I will keep this fast and loud, hopefully. So I just want to give you all an update about Oktoberfest. We had that on October 11th, and I have heard good things. I feel like it went really well. So I'm just super grateful. I really want to thank Public Works and Jacob for all that they did to prepare the space and decorate and make it look very pretty. And then we have gotten out our RFP for our rebrand and our website rebuild, so that's in process. So that's super exciting. And then with October is usually one of our busiest months of tourism because people love to come visit for the fall and the leaves and the foliage. So we've been pretty steady, but once this month kind of wraps up, we will enter into our slower tourism season of the winter. And so that's when we are really going to hopefully start making progress on the L&N Museum in the Depot building. And I can't wait to get that going because, believe it or not, the L&N history brings a lot of tourists to our community. And so I think that would just be an amazing addition and attraction for us to have to offer to them. So that's all I have for you all. Thank you.
Great job at Oktoberfest. I had the best time, and it was a perfect day. It really was.
Good, it was perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, do I only have one community member? No, that's not true. I've got Evie and Maria. But I don't think they want to say anything. Miss V, you got anything?
No, ma'am, I'm good, thank you.
So he needs to check on Andrea, make sure she's okay. We miss her. We miss her.
Real quick, she
Yes,
mentioned
sir.
the decorations downtown. I do want to.
Hush, voice.
I do want to thank Jason and Shay at Seasons. They went around and straightened everything up, made it look presentable, so.
It was beautiful.
They always do such a good job with downtown decorations. Air
Yes.
crews put everything out, they went around and made it look.
And ROTC, right? The ROTC.
Yes, and ROTC,
They
sorry,
did
thank
that
you.
too, but those are teenagers, so some of the pumpkins were kind of not put in great
Right.
spots. So I could tell that the eyeballs of Shay and Jason fixed everything up really nice.
Yes.
So yes, thanks to all of those people that were involved with that. Okay, and commission doesn't have anything I can tell, consider everybody's like gunning, so how about a motion to adjourn?
Motion
Moore? Yes. Campbell? Shepherd?
Yes.
Baker?
Yes.
Rasmus?
Yes.